Are you all familiar with the term fast fashion? It is one of the most debatable topics in the fashion industry. Fast fashion is cheap, disposable clothing that is produced rapidly by mass market retailers to keep up with the latest international trends. My name is Yollanda, and today I will be telling you a story about my sustainability journey in fashion. I used to be a fast fashion addict before. I always buy clothes from shops that sold fast fashion garments. I bought new clothing as often as 5 to 10 times each month. I buy clothes just because I like the model, even though I do not really need it. I constantly feel like I have nothing to wear when actually I have a wardrobe full of clothes. My personal reason on why I really like to shop fast fashion back then is that because fast fashion garments are sold at a very cheap and affordable price. Fast fashion also produces clothing that is always up to the latest trends. However, I did not really think about the impact that fast fashion has on the environment until I was introduced to the term sustainable fashion and what it really means. Most people think that sustainable fashion is when you spend a lot of money on sustainable brands, when you wear fast fashion sustainable clothes, or when you wear shapeless linens in earth tones. But that is not really what sustainable fashion is. Then if that's not sustainable fashion, what is really sustainable fashion? So sustainable fashion is when you wear the clothes that you already own, when you go thrifting, purchasing from sustainable brands, mending your clothes, washing your clothing with care, donating your old clothes, or even turning it into rags. Sustainable fashion or slow fashion opts for a more sustainable approach to making clothes. It is an approach to producing clothing that takes into consideration all aspects of the supply chain. In doing so, it aims to respect people, the environment, and also the animal. On the other hand, fast fashion denotes lower quality, low-priced, mass-produced, and machine-made garments that quickly end up in landfills. Since fast fashion is made to always keep up with the newest trends, it could also lead buyers to a consumerist lifestyle. Because these clothes are made out of low-quality materials, they are not intended to be worn several times. They are likely to be thrown out after a few wears. While the cost of clothing continues to fall sharply year after year, the environmental harm caused by the fashion industry is only becoming worse. The fashion industry is one of the highest polluting industries. Much of the fast fashion clothing is made from non-biodegradable materials such as synthetic plastics, and it also contains chemicals that are harmful to the environment. The fashion industry is responsible for landfill accumulation. It produces 92 million tons per year of textile waste, which primarily ends up in landfills or incinerated. It is responsible for an estimated 10% of global carbon dioxide emissions. Another problem in the fast fashion industry is labor exploitation. In order to offer clothes at ultra-low prices, fast fashion brands need their production costs to be low. One of the main ways of doing this is to drive down the wages of garment workers in the supply chain. If an item is sold at a very cheap price, chances are that the person who produced it was paid very little. Now that you are aware of the harm that the fast fashion industry causes to the environment, are you ready to join me to create change? Together, we can help to reduce the amount of waste that ends up in landfill each year. Here are some ways that you can step up with sustainable fashion. The first one is don't be impulsive. Start shopping small and fight the urge to buy the clothes that you do not need. The second one is thrift shop and buy secondhand. Shopping in a local thrift store is a simple and easy way to help reduce waste. Here are some recommendations where you can thrift shop for a nice quality clothing. So there is Red Cross. This is my personal favorite place to go thrifting. Run by the Australian Red Cross shops sell new and donated clothing, accessories, and also homewares to raise funds to help people in need. And then there is Vinnie's. They sell affordable and pre-loved items. Profits from the sale of goods stay in the local community, going directly towards funding their services and programs. The next thing you can do is start shopping from a sustainable brand. If you are unsure on where to shop sustainable brands, you can install an app called Good On You to your phone. The Good On You app will help you shop sustainable fashion brands that have a positive impact on people, the planet, and also animals. The app rates fashion brands on a scale of 5 categories from bad to excellent, focusing on human rights and working conditions, animal welfare, and environmental impact. And last but not least, you can create change by changing your mindset. It is challenging to resist the temptation to believe that our next purchase will make us happier because we are constantly exposed to commercials urging us to make more purchases. We can place more value on the things we already own and ensure that we use them to their fullest potential by adopting a more conscious shopping mindset and taking the time to thoroughly consider where our clothes come from and who manufactured them. I was once unaware of sustainable fashion and was unaware of the harm that the fast fashion industry could cause to the environment. Now that you have watched this video and learned a thing or two, I would gladly invite you all to make a change. No change is too small to make. Let's start by buying less, choosing well, and making it last.